Have you ever met someone who really knows their Bible very, very well, and you wonder, man, I've been reading my Bible for so many years, but I can't see all those insights that that person gets from the Bible? Or you listen to someone's sermon and you just think it's so content rich, and you wonder, how did they get all of that from the Bible? Today I want to propose to you that the difference between a person who really understands and gets riches from the Bible, from the person who just reads the Bible for many years but can't solve those difficult passages in the Bible, and their Bible study aren't that rich. The reason for that is simple, and it's this. It's Bible study techniques. That person who knows their Bible very well have been not only studying the Bible, but have been studying the Bible according to sound disciplines, according to methods that the Bible wants to be studied by. Today I'm going to introduce to you a series by Zuck, Basic Bible Interpretation. I'm going to place a link up to this book in the description box below, so you can go and buy this book and read the book for yourself, so you can know how to study the Bible better, and so that all that time that you invest into Bible study, that it's more productive and that you get more from it, and that there's also guardrails for yourself, so that you do not fall into false methods of interpretation. You think you get more out of the Bible, but actually it's faulty and it's incorrect. And so this book and books like this can really help you. And I'm also going to start a series today where I'm going to take you through this book chapter by chapter, and just to give you a foretaste of what's coming, I just want to go through some of the exciting things that you can expect. Chapter 2, it deals with Bible interpretation then and now. In other words, it's taking you through the history of Bible interpretation, how people used to interpret the Bible from before Jesus, and then the early church fathers, and then the later church fathers, and up to the reformers and up to today, and see how Bible study techniques developed, but also how people sometimes in certain eras got Bible study wrong, and what grave mistakes that led to. And the purpose of that is for us to learn from that, so that we do not make the same mistakes that they made, but also that we can learn from those who got it right. Also, chapter 3 deals with whose view is valid, and it talks about the Bible being both a human book but also a divine book, and what are the implications of the Bible being written by God and given by God. It has this authority from God, and it's a spiritual book, but also it's a very plain human book written by human authors with their different styles and personalities. What are some of the implications? It's not one or the other, it's both, and it affects the way that we should approach the Bible. Also, chapter 4 deals with bridging the cultural gap. Did you know the Bible wasn't written directly for us? It was first of all written to an audience. Paul wrote to the Romans. Moses wrote to the Israelites. That was their primary audience. And there's a big cultural difference between us and them. And so we need to bridge that so that we do not fall into faulty applications to us. How they did things is different from how we do things. So the churches in Corinth that wore the ladies that wore hats, we do things differently. Ladies show submission in different ways to their husbands today as they do then, and so there's a big cultural difference. And what this chapter does is it takes you through how do you apply something in your culture by being culturally relevant, but also not by just making everything no, that was just their culture thing, and making the Bible less authoritative by that. So it helps you to apply the Bible in that way. Also, chapter 5 deals with bridging the grammatical gap, and that has to do with language. The Bible was written in 3 primary languages originally: Greek, Hebrew, and Aramaic, and it deals with that, but also how you as an English reader, or maybe in your native language, you read the Bible, but it's using grammar, and so it helps you a little bit with syntax and how you can just with plain reading, and it helps you to read better, basically, because there are some sentences, like in Ephesians chapter 1, it's one sentence, and it really gets complicated. And understanding grammar and things like what is a particle, what is a participle, what is a conjunction, what is a preposition, understanding those and how words and phrases and sentences work together in a grammatical way really can help you to understand the Bible better. So when you read it, without you necessarily taking more time, you just see more and read more accurately, and it makes a bigger impact on your life, right? Chapter 6 deals with bridging the literary gap. So the Bible has different literary styles. For example, there are narrative. And then there are Paul's epistles and the epistles of the New Testament. And then there's apocalypse and prophetic and wisdom and psalms and lamentations. And so there are so many different types of literary styles, and each informs our approach to approach the Bible differently. And so very, very important to understand that. And chapter 7 deals with figures of speech. Yes, the Bible, we should approach the Bible literally, but the Bible does make use of figures of speech that convey a literal meaning. So the author had a figurative meaning in mind, or a figurative use of words in mind. And so it's not us reading more into the text, but it's us getting the figurative meaning from the text. And it goes to 25 figures of speech that's used in the Bible and that we need to make ourselves familiar with. And we'll cover that as we go through this series. Chapter 8 deals with testing the types. Yes, even though we believe the Bible should be taken literally, there are typology. Old Testament authors having types of Christ, foreshadowing Christ, but it's different from allegory. And so we need to make that distinguishing so that we do not fall into a trap and reading more into the Bible than that really there is. And chapter 9 deals with parables and actual allegories in the Bible. Chapter 10 deals with prophecy. Chapter 11 deals with how the Old Testament is used by the New Testament. Chapter 12 deals with specific applications to the Bible, and it also ends with some exercises that we can go through. And so I really recommend this book to you. I recommend you getting this book, buy it, use the link in the description box below, but also watch this series with us and learn how to interpret the Bible so you can be that mature believer over a few years, and that each time that you approach the Bible, it makes a bigger and deeper impact on your life, and also if God has given you the opportunity on those you teach. Thanks for watching. God bless.